welcome to the stream. My name is Daniel Rivera, as always, and this will be DAO Codes. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of Copilot chat modes, and then diving back into the Aspire web app. Some of the objectives today is going to be how to integrate an Angular app. We started that last time, had Copilot try and churn on that, but get that done, get a database running, and then have an end-to-end connection, and then start just building out the web front end. I think once we have something that we can start adding like auth and stuff, I think it's gonna be pretty cool. So we'll start with that, but let's hop right into the Copilot chat modes. I talked about this before, but there is a repository that I'll drop in the description that is called Awesome Copilot. Let me just set that. I'm gonna pin that because what this is doing is it's giving some really cool different chat modes and prompts and pre-canned things that GitHub has found helps our AI agents better. So we're going to be adding some of those into our repository, so then the entire team has access to it. And yeah, we're going to be doing that to start out with. So let's just go into it. Let's just dive in. So if we remember, we have an Aspire app that has the app host. Our web is our web project. Probably going to need to change around a little bit of the actual git ignore, but that's okay. We'll dive into that when we do. But let's just start with what we're actually doing with GitHub Copilot. That's fine. And I'm actually going to scope down to the web project. Let's open a different folder because I actually don't want it to know about everything, just because then it doesn't have to worry about, you know, this is Angular, so this is going to be for the Angular chat mode specifically. So I'll explain what that means in a second. So here they have some chat modes, and the difference between chat modes, instructions, and prompts. The main ones are prompts are pre-canned things that you load in. They are just straight text. So they're just added to the top. That is, if you look at the raw file, agent code, and you just inject this prompt into an agent session, right? So the mode is agent. But then if you look at something like chat modes, this is something like you see here. We have agent, ask, edit, and let me go away from my webcam for a second. If you can see this in the center, right? These are our chat modes. So right now we're on agent, and we'll go from there. So we go in the bottom right, and let me just pull over my webcam so I'm out of the way more. Yeah, let's just put me to the bottom left. Okay, so we got agent mode. We can configure more modes by adding a custom chat mode. So this is now defining the entire workflow of when I select this mode, you're going to act like this. And we can look at a couple of the ways they have it. So beast mode, they're Seattle people, so I believe it's from football. But don't quote me on that. I'm not a sports person at all. But right, so then it specifically in the chat mode will do these kind of things, right? You fetch provided URLs, deeply understand the problem, do code-based investigation. But there's other ones that are more specific, right? So maybe if we look up Angular, we have an instruction and a chat mode. We're going to be using instruction files. I find that works better for the type of things I want to do, because I do like switching between ask and agent mode. But here we could see that for this chat mode, you get these tools, and you're going to be acting like this. And this is Electron Angular native, so not really what we want, which is fine. But let's look up Angular, the thing we actually want to do. Angular instructions. And we're going to be editing just a little bit because I'm going to have specific ways of doing this. I still haven't decided fully on what that's going to look like. But as you can see, this one as applies to, right? So specific files are now the ones you're going against, which is really cool. You can now have a bunch of instructions, and VS Code says, ooh, for this type of file, I want to add this. So it's really helpful for ours, right? We're going to have C# files. We're going to have Angular files, like TypeScript files. We could have maybe some SQL scripts. So maybe we have a SQL chat mode. But yeah, let's just copy this. Come back to here. And then this one's an actual instruction. So this is going to be, let's do new instructions file. And you can either put in GitHub/instructions, which is the place that VS Code knows to look for, or in user-data. So you could say, for my whole system, this is how I want you to interact. So for this one, we're going to do repository specific, because then you can kind of scope down the different things. So we'll start with that. Let's do Angular, breakpoint Angular, dev. And just plop that in there. Angular specific coding standards and best practices for our breakpoint frontend. Instructions for generating high quality using Angular signals for state management, adhering to Angular best practices as outlined at that. Yep, use that one. TypeScript, CLI, style guide, Angular material. I haven't decided if I actually want to use Angular material or not. It's either that or Bootstrap. Let me just, well, let's just pop open a thing. I am creating so I'll defer this decision making. And I wonder if Claude Sonnet has a different preference than GPT. I bet you it does. I'd recommend it. Okay, interesting. Yeah, why not? I haven't used it fully. I've looked at it, used it, but we'll do Angular material. That's fine. And if you guys have any opinions, please drop them. Okay, we'll go with Angular material. Use Angular material for modern lifestyle. Use data look components unless, yep, we're just going to be using those. Organize code by feature modules or domains. Let's go domains. Implement lazy loading for feature modules. That's fine. Structural with clear, smart versus presentational. Enable strict mode for type safety to find clear interfaces. Yeah, all this looks good. Sorry, I'm still a little sick. And I don't want unit tests necessarily for components, so let's just make sure when necessary. Not right. Yep, that's good. Plan projects and feature modules, define, scaffold, implement, build reusable, nice, error handling, optimize performance of both sides. Let's just do, yep. Okay, yeah, so it looks good. So now we have an instructions, so then when we start doing Angular stuff, we have that instruction. And that's good. Let's go back here. Let's get a C# one for Aspire. I wonder if there is one. Doesn't look like it. Is there a C# C# one? There is. I know there's a bunch. .NET Expert, C#, .NET Development, MCP. I don't want to do chat mode. I just want to do a instruction. Yeah. Yeah, it looks good to me. Oh, and this put it here. Will it use it if it's outside of the repo? I actually don't know where this goes. Don't know if I overly agree with that, but that's okay. Okay. Either way, let's go. Let's make sure this is all good. Lib. Yeah, this is all deleted. Angular JSON package JSON. Looks good to me. I haven't put any branch protections on this, right? I should, but right now we're in the initial stage, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. Okay. Let's do that as a whip, actually. Just to get that kind of out of the way. Okay. So now we are off to the races. Let's make sure we actually build, because I think when I was testing it earlier, it doesn't actually build correctly right now. And that's unfortunate. Yeah, because it looks like this is what we're getting. Rejoining the server. Oh, I need to restart it. Yeah, I just want to make sure. Yeah, I just want to make sure. Let me turn up myself a little bit. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's get back to it. Just make sure you can't hear. Is this in? Okay. Good. Pull that one over. That's our actual app. That's fine. Don't need that open. Okay, so it looks like this isn't running because an unhandled exception. Options that port should be between received number. Okay, so not actually receiving a correct number. Okay, and let's make sure this works. What's our breakpoint here? Or what's our? Do we have even I imagine we just had the same. Yeah. Okay. So what is? I've always been a controller person, so let's go. I guess we could have asked the chat as well, right? Using extension method, yeah, that's probably using map product endpoints, yeah, that's fine. Using interface and reflection for smarter. Yeah, create an extension method. Yeah, that's what I want. That we start getting I guess that makes sense. With OpenAPI, what's this doing? Did that have it before? No, I don't think so. Let's go. Yeah, that's fine. Get all players with name, get all players. I mean, just do name of, right? Yep, looks good. Okay, you should stop churning. You should stop running. Let's make sure this makes sense, though. Don't need you. Player. Yeah, that probably makes sense, actually. Get that going. I mean, probably just name of it, right? Yep, that looks fine. Not overly love that. That's just, we're getting back to what a controller would look like, but that's okay. Let's see what's going on here. Yep, go back, but let's use both. Oh, it probably wants to, I see. That's all fine. Yeah, okay. Let's make sure we have API service managed. That's what I want. Swashbuckler. Swagger, yep. Should require Swagger as well. Make sure we're good. We want to keep these. Where did my chat window go? Did it close? I just want to keep them all. What does with OpenAPI mean? Applies to the minimal to enable OpenAPI. Got it. So I probably do need to add that. So then OpenAPI. Yeah. Definitely probably want that. Oh, I was too impatient. Swing analysis endpoint. You should have a thing now. Sure, you are not liking this OpenAPI. OpenAPI claims it is defined in Microsoft OpenAPI, but it could not be found. Is that just like a rebuild angle? I mean, just get what this is. Add Swagger, use Swagger AY, because that's. I just don't have the right thing still. Man, it is slow. Like download anything. Make sure Steam's not updated or something. Oh, should be good. Yep. Download that. That. Should be all the ones I need. Who is complaining now? Who uses Newtonsoft? Transitive. Not really much I can do about that for now. Anything else I need to do here? This is. Yeah, I probably could just get away with no options for now. Okay, let's just run my API service. Yeah, still doesn't like my routes. Let's see. Endpoints match, swing, player, match, swing, player. Probably should have that anyways. With OpenAPI. Yeah, I mean, it could probably better knows this. Yeah, because I haven't set up an Aspire project with minimal APIs. That kind of lost to this, but it's cool to see, cool to learn. Yeah, get rid of it. That's not actually helpful. With OpenAPI is swashbuckle. I have that. Let's make sure. Builder services. Let's just pull it to the side. Pull that down. So on program, you're saying I need builder services, add endpoints, API Explorer, and yep, got that. And then what I'm doing is app.map, and anything under that. .map group to dos. To group with OpenAPI, as that just needs to be before. Nope, doesn't seem like it. Yeah, the only other thing. What are we looking for? Microsoft ASP.NET OpenAPI. I have that one now. Should. Okay, I just am bad at clicking apparently. Yep, apply. I accept. Yep, just bad at clicking. That's okay. Using, give me the using. Well, I guess I've done it before. Let's make sure this one also runs. That one looks good, that one looks good, that one looks good. Swagger UI. Just make sure it actually works. Yeah, interesting. What is... I guess in a certain sense, it doesn't overly matter right now whether they have them or not. What is tags? ASP.NET specification supports the tag specification. These tags are generally in the group specification and used to group. Okay, in the UI. That's fine. Match endpoint, swing analysis endpoint. Let's make sure our error list is good. Package. We got some. Do I have a bad framework or something? What was that? Okay, now we're back. Let's see who complains about what. Get Swagger from assembly does not have a limitation. Okay, so let's see what these errors are. Was restored using .NET Framework 4.6.1 to the project. This package never fully complete. Okay. Oh no, it's .NET list SDKs. Well, that is a problem. I guess it helps to actually have it installed. Yeah, just give me these. Oh, yeah, give me the actual. Yeah, why not? Why did it do like that? run it with PowerShell over here. Okay. Going through it. Okay, now let's probably need to clean this out. Let's add a new one. Clean that one out. Did it finish? Well, whatever. Annoying enough. Do the winget instead. No, that's why. It's because I'm trying to download 9. I need 8. Doing LTS stuff. Once 10 comes out, we'll do 10. Yep. Not made much progress, but chat modes are cool. Sorry, this is always how it goes. It's like, I'm ready to code, but not really. Not actually ready to code. So not really fun stuff yet. That's okay. It's part of the process. Definitely part of the process. Let's just close this down. Okay, so I guess we could start on this one. So what we have currently... Need a favicon. We'll just make it my thing. What else? Let's see. So we have our app config. What we want to do, just gonna write out a couple things that we want to do for making this app a little better on the front end. We want to show the user something's wrong. Add in, what else do we want? Logging service, like app insights. Probably don't want to do NGX. I don't want to do that. Anything else we really need here? Probably need to add in our modals. I don't think we need anything else. We don't do an internationalization yet. Nothing like that. That's pretty much it there. Need to add in anonymous. Oh, that's what I need to do. Add an auth. Add in anonymous homepage and because I don't want to do my own users. It's kind of annoying. Add it, yeah, dashboard page once logged in, profile page, settings page. I don't want that. Just do that later. Okay. Anything else? Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this as well. We'll do our own folder structure here because app component. definitely. Why do we have all that? And what's on init? That's fine. Okay, and then the HTML is probably gonna be messed up, right? No, it looks okay. Anything else we need to do while we're waiting on this and this finished? Yeah. There we go. Okay. So now we have our version 8. So now we should be able to build and restore. And we'll go from there. Okay, we're good. Just building the API service, just making sure that works. Then, yeah, get Swagger. It just still doesn't like it. Oh, from version 9, we should be looking at version 8. So that's my fault. Who else's fault would it be? Yes. Okay, what do we have currently installed? JWT bearer. I mean, yep. Probably want all these to be version 8s actually. Still accept. This is the problem with not doing latest. Then you have to pick your packages. It's kind of annoying. Man, it is slow today. Aspire Entity Framework. Sees there, yeah, there's not really a version that's there. .8.1.4. I guess we could also do this in the here. Are they all going to be 8.1.4? Okay, let's just make sure these are all fine. Yeah, okay. Let's build clean. Package was restored using .NET Framework version 4.6.1. Do we still not have the right? So we got the SDK. Do we need a framework? I wouldn't think so. Let's just look up what's going on here. You want to take my new query or? This occurs when you're using it. There is an old .NET framework superseded. I don't see the problem. Let me check the other ones. Yeah, because I'm not the one doing it. I don't see the problem. This is just, well, okay. Got it. I'm just an idiot. The project, yeah, okay, keep. Let's. I need to remove the reference to the non-existent. Can we not? 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 Okay. I don't know what it's doing. It's lost its mind. Yeah, let's remove that. I think that's what it was trying to go for. Let's go here. Yes. Let's go make sure. I mean, let's just view this on an X. It's not where I'm at, right here. Yeah, no, I didn't think it was. I probably just removed it there, so it's probably okay then. Because ideally, it's... I mean, this is... I really want you... Because I'll have service test. I don't really want you, honestly. Yep, down breakpoint, tests, web tests, you could just... Okay, we'll get there eventually. Oh man, sometimes I just don't understand CS projects. That's one thing I want to get better at. Is I'm horrible with dealing with things like this. Like, oh, what's going on actually with the CS proj? It's clearly something stupid that I've missed, and I've, you know, I'm on camera, so I'm bad at it. You are using a yeah, okay. So I think the AI was right. I think I was probably just pulling in an old package that was bad. Connection string is missing. It should be provided in the connection string or under the connection strings in the key. Yeah, okay, that's not bad. Connection it should be missing in. It should be provided in the connection strings. Okay, so let's just pull that off to the side here for a sec. That makes sense. We need a connection string to the actual database because I don't have you. Because I added that myself. So if I look for connection string, imagine I'm not going to have any. It should be provided in connection strings or under. I imagine I have to provide it something like the way it provides the app host, the API, right? Because where does that all get? Application URL, .NET message, connection string profiles. That's not what it is. Where do you mean uncover this line today? Yeah, let's go to that. Explore the service defaults, project characteristics. I mean, let's go to what I was doing last time of how to add a MySQL. So add posting. Okay, so let's get that here. So in the builder, in the app host project, let's open you up. Let's close the others. I have a MySQL. So I have a builder, create builder, MySQL add with a persistence lifetime, add a database of breakpoint DB, my service build with projects with reference breakpoint DB. Let's do a wait for sure. That makes sense. And then you with reference API service, you don't need to wait for it with HTTP endpoint env. Okay. This seems odd the way it's done. We'll look up that next. We'll make sure we get all the connections here going. So it's best to use persistent when Aspire adds a container, as shown in the preceding example. When the app host runs, a password is stored in the app host secret store. It's added in the parameters section. For example, in the secret store, in the parameters. Yep. Got it. So it's just here within app host, view secrets. I'm just gonna pop that out for a sec. Let's see. Parameters password. Oh, it's just a generated password. That's fine. If call add connection string. So why with? Is it because it's not running on Docker yet? But it should start it up for me. What the heck is going on? It's because I'm running API service. It's because I'm running this dang API service. It's because I'm an idiot. It's because I'm an idiot. App. Oh, I went away. The API no longer runs. Got it. Okay, API service running. Finished. Yeah, that's fine. So, let's see. Swagger. Boom shaka. Okay. How do I make that? Get player by ID. Delete a match. Very nice. Okay. Healthy. Nice. You are dead quickly. Let's look at you. I need a let's get a MySQL workbench going. And I could do this later. Doesn't really matter right now. Because I guess technically it's also VS Code. I could do it, so that's fine. But what is going on? So now we need. Let's get our web app. Let's get our web app going. That's the next part. So let's go back to here. Let's kill you. Let's go back here. Adding an Angular project to Aspire. Okay. .NET Node.js, optional, nice. If using Visual Studio, open the solution and launch debug. If using this experiencing the app from the dashboard, you can navigate. Nice. So let's browse code. Okay, Aspire JSON. So let's look first at the app host, because the app host should be relatively simple. Yep, add npm app. So this is my Angular app, and it doesn't look like they actually use that. With reference API service, wait for it. Yeah, let's do that. Sure, why not? API service. Let's just name that breakpoint API. Let's rename you break. Clicking too many buttons. Because it's in this case
Pascal. Add npm app. Angular .web with reference wait for with HTTP endpoint env with external publish as Docker file. Beautiful. Okay, so then let's make sure they don't have anything else special. Aspire manifest. I don't know if I have one of those yet. Don't think I do. That's okay. App host props, launch settings. They don't have anything special, right? Nothing related. Okay. So then that's app host. Then we'll pop over to the Angular. I don't believe they probably have anything else, right? Yep. So Angular. So now let's go to our VS Code. This is where VS Code lives. And let's pop open probably the Angular JSON first. Make sure they don't have anything special. Yep. No, nothing special. Nothing about actually doing specific things. Okay. Beautiful. Don't like that file anyways. Package JSON. Start. So they have a couple extra things here. They have ng. They have start, which is an ng serve on the. So that's interesting. Let's just pull ng test, ng watch configuration. So start default start. They don't have a. They have a couple things. ng serve default. Okay. That's fine. Then they have some proxy stuff. So they're rewriting to go after this, basically rewriting to the, okay, that's fine. Editor config, no. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to click that one. They have a Docker file. I have a Docker file from node 20 as build. Let's do sure. Yeah. Work directory app, copy, run npmi, copy, run build from ngx alpine, expose 80, daemon off. Okay. So the Docker file is relatively simple. What else would there be here? README. Nothing crazy. Source. Nope, nothing there. Favicon app. Yeah, they don't have anything crazy. Okay. So let's just try and pop it open and see what happens. Running unhealthy, running. See, it's there, but then it dies. Run script OS is not recognized as internal. Okay, so let's find that. Let's go here. Yeah. So what does that mean? Nope. Not seeing where they're going here. Let's see, what is their bump update view sample? So this is all just gonna be one big thing. Yeah. Add to the appropriate switch to nvar. Okay, what's doing this? Who? All the who's down in Whoville. Add run script OS to use the appropriate switch for environment variable. What is going on? Let's see. Can we do... Let's open in a workspace. Yeah, let's configure and create a workspace. We'll just find what this is doing. No machine types. Oh, do I not have them configured for this? Got it. Yep. Okay. Well then, let's just pop that open in a new browser. Clone. Let's figure this out. Probably just do that, right? Repos. Source OS. Let's make sure that's the file that we're looking for. Run script OS. So they have dev dependencies of run script OS. So they've downloaded. It's a download thing. Okay. Well, that's easy enough, I guess. Is it literally just that simple? Like, let's just see what happens when we do. Clean install project. It can only use when the package. Okay. Oh, got it. Because I just added it manually. Now let's just see if it builds. Make sure we get that. Beautiful. App's running. Okay. And then let's go back here. Let's kill this. Let's run it again. Oh, look at that. Looky there. Okay, so now we have a web front end that has access to an API. And now let's see how it actually has access to this web API, because that's the next part that's going to be interesting, is what does that look like? So if we go inspect their code, we'll go to their Angular app, go to their source. I imagine it's going to be right on their app file, right? Constructor gets API / weather forecasts. Yep, there we go. Okay. So do we still have that on ours? We should have a, let's just do the /health. So API /health. So let's just, go to our code, boom, boom, app component. Get, what is a health check return? And what was the other thing? Timestamp of a string. Because I imagine I need to do the same thing they do, where they have the redirect. And let's just console log. Okay. So what I imagine is going to happen is unexpected token. So we're actually getting a network call. So health. It's going right back to the same thing, so that's probably the issue. So let's go. If we go here, we get an app. What it's actually doing is interesting, because there's a proxy basically rewrites the target here. Is there anything else it does that's special? If not, that's super easy to do. Is this module config used anywhere? No, doesn't look like it. Just make sure that, yeah, let's just copy this file, paste it into us, and that's at the root, I imagine, right next to the package JSON. Okay, let's restart this and try and get a real API call going out to the server. Okay, so we get boom. Yep. Ooh, no, not quite. Still going against, because it should be going against this one, the 7376. That's when we know we've made it. So where else is this thing looking? So we have, yeah, the problem is, what is this? Oh, I just want, is this all the one though? Spy with JavaScript, Angular, because this is the interesting file. I don't think anything interesting was in here. Output direct, no. Okay. The proxy config feels like it needs to be wired up somewhere in the package JSON or that. Main TS, index HTML. Nope. Okay, let's look through all these files. Okay, so this one, proxy config, we added at our root. Is it referenced anywhere? That's a question. Where is this one? So in ours, so what is this being used currently? Nowhere, right? That's just, yeah, okay. And we can get rid of these for now. Well, we'll probably want those anyways. Let's see where this is referenced. Reverse proxy. Well, that's the Aspire shop. That's not, okay. I'm just being stupid. This go a little slower here. Weather build, weather. TS spec. No, none of that's really necessary. It almost feels like this is doing something. But that's just ours. That's fine. Nothing there. Nothing there. HTTP, and that's just a straight HTTP client. Common module. So the common module is interesting. That's probably just because of the for loop, right? Yeah, ng4. I mean, how does it know? How does it know? This is the question. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, let's switch over to agent.
Say hi to my cat, everyone. He's blurred out, but I've added it as a npm reference. It starts, but now I don't know how to get it access to the web API, because that's where Aspire really should come in. Very nice, right? It should be connecting it, and I don't have to handle the configuration, right? I have to do some sort of thing, but and now it's reading the environment, which is not helpful. And I'm guessing it's something that I need to actually do this. This is weird, right? Module is it feels wrong. I shouldn't be doing that. But it doesn't have an Angular JSON proxy start, right? Proxy. Yep. As soon as you say that. Well, that's not the problem. That's not the problem, right? That's the problem. This I don't see what it's doing. Aspire. Oh. Got to name things correct too as well. Okay. Oh. Okay. Sure. Example. Sure. Okay. This seems stupid, right? /API. Because that's gonna be handled by itself. Like, I don't need to do this. But okay. Thanks for helping me out there. Should be done. No. I think it chooses a new one every time, so. Okay, let's refresh this. And the health check. 404 not found. Who's it going after? 52301. Still? That surprises me. Why would it go against? Well, let's make sure this actually got. Proxy conf. So serve should be using proxy.conf.js. This is then. I mean, it shouldn't use that. So that's interesting that they have breakpoint and API service. Let's go and see what we're actually going against. Breakpoint API. Yeah, let's name it breakpoint. Changing top. Okay, that's fine. Let's make sure that this goes here. I don't want the Aspire samples. Now I want this. Let's call it, yeah, breakpoint API. HTTP 0. You should, in the process, have an environment variable. Okay. That's fine. How can I know what's set up? So, Web API, DB, MySQL, web app. I mean, surely. So that's
51382. It's going to go against 51382. So why, with reference, wait for, add npm app, with HTTP endpoint, environment variable is the port. So I mean, it's trying to go against the health check of 51382, which is the current one. So I'm guessing that's it's not using the proxy, right? Like that has to be what it is. I see the issue. Well, I just told you the issue. You don't see anything. No, the proxy pattern should match exactly with what. But that's not. But I don't want to rewrite it without the API, right? Because this is gonna have the API. Let's. You can look at the Swagger UI, but well, right now it doesn't. So this is. I guess I can get rid of those, but that's fine for now because I'm only trying against the health one. But it's not. I'm not going against that one. I don't trust you. I don't trust you, Copilot. Well, what did this do? Pretty easy, just a comma. We'll get rid of all the APIs / API / swing analysis. That's fine, I guess. So are we even hitting this? / API anything. Okay. Kind of shooting in the dark here. This stuff is always annoying to set up. Yep. Okay, let's just close all that down. Yep. Because I imagine it has to be failing still. Oh. Oh? What did I change? So this stuff, so breakpoint API. So is it named API service somewhere? So I mean, the project's called API service, so that might make sense. Yeah, the project is okay. Okay, well that's cool, I guess. Not overly satisfied with that, but so going to the API, it actually returns. That's interesting. So the requesting URL is actually that, and it was a matter of the API. It needed to remove the API because it's not there. So there you go. Okay. So now we have Aspire host with a npm app actually working super sweet. I think Aspire for this reason is cool. Like it was tough to set up, but now it's like set it and forget it kind of thing. Yep. So what does theirs say? Because theirs had a specific thing for that. Because I want to pull that out and actually do the same way. This little fancy file. Okay, that was the secure, right? path rewrite. Target is the weather API, HTTP. Yep. Okay. So now we have a working front end going to the back end, and then the database is on. It is a reference. I don't know if it actually scaffolds anything. We can look at that. Let's database this up. Do we have SQL here? Should have it installed. MS SQL, and then let's do SQL Viewer. That's what I want. Okay. SQL Server, add connection. Let's do is there an easy way to do this with this? MySQL containers running container. Surely there's another container running right now. Or is it because it's not started? Do I need to start it? MySQL is in use. Yep, that's what it is. Okay. So let's... Is there an easy way? So the MySQL, your name, username, your password. So I mean, this is going to be a Docker breakpoint DB. The server name is going to be local host, and then what's this on? I guess Aspire would probably know, right? There we go. 6.3. And then I'm just gonna pop you out. Go app host, manage user secrets. I'm just gonna pull out that MySQL password and username. Actually don't know which one it is. There's a MySQL password and a breakpoint DB password. Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? We'll see if it works. Anything. We'll see what we got going on. I don't know if we have anything specifically. No, not looking like that's liking it. Can we do like a Windows auth? Because I own that. Who knows? Maybe, particularly. No, it doesn't look like it likes that either. How do I... Yeah, I'll have to look through this more on how I actually connect to this. That's interesting. Host port is a different one than what I thought it was. Because I just want to see if there's a migration table to actually go against. But whatever. Okay, so we can start doing some Angular material stuff next. I'll just take a quick bathroom break, and I'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Thanks for waiting. So like I was saying, we're just gonna move forward. I think I can play with the configuration values a little more myself. That's always kind of annoying of getting it actually working. But I will update you guys on Tuesday next stream how I get it done for the database. Make sure that I can explore it and all those things. But yeah, super cool. We have an Aspire app that is now connecting to our web app. So obviously we don't have anything there, but we can start looking at that. So I think blocking out some features. Let's doing some architecture diagrams of what actually we're going to be doing for this application is going to be helpful. So I think we can start there. Let's open a new window because I had some thoughts already on this of like, oh, well, we have what we want to do with this. We have a project outline that we were talking about. So if you look here, this is our naming. And it's going to be Breakpoint AI. Okay, so if we look at this, let's do a new file. Let's just call it features.md, and we're gonna probably pull this into a like a series of GitHub issues because we have our Git right here, and I'll add the repository down below, and we'll just start plugging away because our Aspire app is going to be the main place for a lot of the features, but won't be all of them. A lot of the AI stuff is going to be separate, but let's block some features out. So I think the biggest thing first off is going to be features for so first and foremost, the main feature of the app is going to be video uploader, for swing analysis. Well, let's go like epic level. Swing analyzer. So from a web perspective, this is a place to upload a video. Let's break this down to the web app. And this is the web app. Place to upload video, and then place to see results. Okay, and then the web API takes video and sends it. Probably gotta place it on queue. Because so this is going to be things like maybe a signal R. So eventually, once we get to like a native application, that would be like a push notification or something cool like that. But for now, just like an async process or maybe a notifications thing at the top with signal R or something similar. Web API takes a video, puts it on a queue to be analyzed, and then external service, use AI to analyze swing and grade it. Okay, then I think so. The swing analyzer. This is the main feature. But let's go into. Let's get rid of this because we don't actually need it. So then the next one is going to be something like a historical stat tracker. So takes a video. And what we're trying to do is view your older videos, and maybe it's not just videos, or maybe just the stats. So on the web app, charts and visualizations of the swing rating over time. Could also be like, I don't know, maybe a carousel of videos with ratings attached. Swing rating / coaching over time. Then let's see what else we want to do. So, and then the web API, you know, this is pretty simple stuff of just like pull data from the database for the relevant things. And hold on, just 1 second. Sorry about that. So then pull data for the relevant things. Super simple. This is probably like first issue that we take. First one we create too. Then let's see, what else do we got? We have like a user management, and then this is like stretch stuff of like match finders. You know, find other users in area with similar skills. Then give a summary of the player type. Hey. Slash like hit style. And then also specific. Because I think that'd be super cool, right? Like, oh, this hitter's a really this other player's a really big hitter. You've been having struggles with pace coming into the ball, so why don't you focus on your footwork, get in front of the ball the right way. That'd be kind of cool. Like match analysis, match finder and analysis. Let's see what else. This is really gonna be the major stuff, and then there's like, so on the web app, you'd want a search. A player search, you know, player profiles that you can view, then a matching area with someone else, messages maybe. Yeah, because like messaging, you're right. You kind of have to share contacts somehow. Yeah, interesting. This part is a big one. Right. This is all like a whole new feature set. So this is like definitely stretch. So we'll do these ones first, because this is gonna be the bulk of the series, right? This one first. Super simple. Well, we'll fake some data, throw it in there, and then as you go, he's like, "Oh, now we need to do the AI." And that's really it. So I think there's some other features baked in that are kind of implicit here. But I think really doing this first one, getting, you know, we're gonna have to get a dashboard so we can start creating issues. In a you know, kind of semi-formal way. Sorry, my cats are being annoying. Not annoying. They're beefing. it's about to be food time. So we can just start popping issues open. And let's add some tags actually. Yeah, that's fine. Help wanted, good first issue enhancement, duplicate documentation bug. Let's do a new label. Let's do front end. Let's do PI. Let's do AI. Oh, AI modeling. AI work. Okay. So that seems good for now because this is like AI processing, whatever. Doesn't really matter. Issues. So based on what we were just looking at, let's just look at the preview. Preview's gonna be nicer. New issue. So this is gonna be and front end, good first issue. For anonymous users, please create a login, view what the app does, and I don't know. Okay. Create landing page. Then let's create login flow. This is going to be front end and back end. Side on an auth schema. Allow a user to log in. Create an account, log out, delete an account. Okay. Side on an auth schema, allow user to log in, create an account, log out, delete an account. Okay. Recommend doing an OAuth flow and connecting a Google / Microsoft account to the site. Okay. This is now. Let's do what are we doing here? So we need to do the create custom AI model. We need to create and this one's going to be a big one. This is going to be like a AI work question. Then provide coaching for how to improve. Let's see. So now we need to start pulling our features. Swing analyzer, web flow. So really there's not AI work, this is just an API plus a front end. Create the necessary UI and API services to submit a video to be analyzed. Swing analyzer, upload web flow. because then let's do swing analyzer results. Create the necessary completed video analysis. Let's do player profile. View the player's historical data, and this is kind of connected into the last one as well. View the player's historical data in chart and visualization ways for swing rating, coaching feedback, all over time. Decide on a data retention policy. Well, that could probably be a different. Create database structure and infrastructure to house videos. Decide on a data retention policy. This is going to be some API and some questions. That's really the match finder analysis. Decide what necessary. This is like a spike. Architect a solution to find other users in the area with similar skills, then give a summary of this for player style for the search. So then this is going to be like, boom, player search, player profiles, and player profiles with a matching area with someone else. Message maybe way to coordinate or just push, and this is all stretch stuff. Okay, so that's a really good start there for some issues for this. Obviously, the biggest one is going to be this AI work of creating a custom AI model. Let's just for swing rating and coaching feedback. Okay. So then, what do we want to do in the last 20 minutes? Because I think we could do some nice setup for the Angular project. We could definitely do that. Let's see what I want to do. What sounds fun? Do the UI, do database structure, the good first issue of landing page, also the web flow. We just really start building out this, but then we'll need to pull in Angular material, start doing all those things. So that's not a bad idea. We could just do the web. We could just do some web front end stuff. Not bad. Not a bad thing. Yeah, let's do that. And I of course opened the wrong one. Let's go back to the Breakpoint Web. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do what did I say the title of today's thing? Copilot chat modes and Aspire web app. So web app stuff, not bad. Okay. Let's pull. Oh, let's put some branch protections on, and then we'll start doing PRs and kind of do a formal process of reviewing and stuff like that. So let me just throw that same set of branch rules on. New branch rule set. Main. Bypass me, but I won't do it. Include default branch. Restrict creations, restrict. Require linear history. Require code scanning results. We'll need to write some status checks. I can do this later. We'll do the same ones as last time. Just make sure the .NET tests run. We don't have any tests, so that's easy enough. We can just go pull those actually. Let me just pull this off. is your night going, viewer? While I pull up my authenticator app. Okay, there we go. Rule set created, that's fine. And let's pull an issue. Let's do the landing page. Okay. So what I want to do, so let's first, let's open the repository that's in here. We need to definitely commit all this crap. Okay. And this will just be right on main, because this is really just added the Angular front end, connecting, sure, and pulled out my endpoints. We won't get very far on this front end, to be honest, honestly. But that's okay. Yep. Okay. So we have currently services inside of our app, tenniscoach.service, and let's just add a new folder. We'll call it models. Because right now we have a coaching session. Don't like that. Let's do it like that. Coaching session. Okay. And that was all just AI code. Let's pull Angular material. Yeah, let's get started. Install Angular material. Just gonna drop that in the chat. Pin this as my next thing we're doing. For some reason, OBS does not like me pinning things. Let me just make sure I can pin things on Twitch. Not anything going wrong. Yeah, pin that. Okay. Sounds good. Let's go back here. We'll go like that and like that. Okay. Let's throw up a terminal. And let's just do this. Yes, let's proceed. Choosing a pre-built theme or setting up a custom theme. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything that we like. Theming. Do they really send you to the same place? That they do. Okay. Color palettes custom pre-built. Palette generation. Yeah, let's do a custom. Let's do a custom. That seems fun. Set up Angular material typography styles. What is this? The ng add. Typography determines a text style such as the fonts. You can use a typography or a typography map. Sure. Include. Yep. I like the animations. Okay. So there we go. We have now a thing. So add Roboto, the ng add command will additionally perform the following actions. Add project dependencies, add a few. Okay. So now what files did we get here? We have package lock, we have a coaching system. This is all there. Provide animations async. Cool. Let's just go a little bit more that way. Package JSON, CDK, nothing crazy. Index HTML. So we have the Roboto and we have Angular material. That's great. What else do we even have? So we have to define the theme. So the primary Okay. So on the side here, we have. Oh, sorry, you probably couldn't see a lot of the things I was doing there. Let me pull me back over this corner. Okay. Your application will need to have define a theme. So supporting light and dark mode by default. Theme mixes in. You can define. So tertiary theme type. Let's go. Yeah, let's go light. So let's open this up. Let's just open this up. And you know what? I don't really want to do this. So let me pull my colors that I have. I would like to create a custom Angular material theme. My main color will be that. That's the green I use. And then the gray is all right, 5B, 5B, 5B. So green and gray. Okay. So then we start getting some stuff. Optimizing tool selection, perfect. Okay, and then loading fonts. By default, you can also use the strategy of finding under CSS selector so that the class is applied for the following unless the dark mode is added to the HTML body. It's not activated. Okay. That's fine. I think it will do it itself. And then each component is separate. Yep, that's fine. Okay, so let's go to components. Let's pull up. Do they have a header, like a nav bar? That's just a basic menu. Used by other things, badge, core. Yep, sounds good. And then let's just do an ng-serve. I don't know if we'll have anything in there because our HTML is not undefined variable. Oh, that's why. Matte gray palette. It's not a thing. Okay, so let's see what they do have. They have a green. Don't know if we need a neutral. Valid properties are theme type, primary, tertiary, use system variables, found, secondary. Oh, primary, tertiary. Okay, we'll just do this as our tertiary. Expected to be a valid M3. Yeah, you did not do this well, did you? That's okay. We're going to, just get rid of this. We'll do that. Let's just do green. Tertiary. Well, I don't even have a tertiary, whatever. Doesn't like DAO breakpoint. Yeah, let's just do it one word. Yep, there we go. And I imagine it didn't change anything of the look. Yep. Must provide a proper URL as target. Yeah, so it's not gonna like being built as a solo. That's funny. That's unfortunate. Okay. So that's fine. What I think we want to start with is probably just looking through these components. Let's get a nav bar. Yep, got it. Do we have a nav bar? I'm not seeing one. The side nav does look pretty good. Like this kind of thing. How do they do? Okay, so definitely want a side nav. Let's make sure that context 7. Yeah, let's start context 7. What components does Angular material have for a header? I want to implement a side nav, but also want a header. Let me check what happened with the ng serve. No. No. Okay. You are not helpful. I know what happened. You don't know. You don't know what Aspire is. Yep, there we go. Let's always allow in this workspace. Context 7's the GOAT. Context 7 library, yes. Oh, I guess I should always allow. The toolbar, that's what they're calling it. Yep, that is exactly it. Okay. Yes. Generate. Yeah. Let's generate a toolbar. For now, let's just because really what we're gonna do is toolbar up top that just does like the login. And the 2 pages is probably just for now going to be like my profile, like you click in the top right, and that's, but whatever. Yep. ng generate. Okay. Successfully created. Where did it put it? So main nav in a main nav. Okay, that makes sense. And actually, we probably should have this. Well. Because models and services are very different than components. Probably should. Oh. Let's actually do Gemini. What's okay, let's see what it says. Paste the entire content with our navigation component. Yep, looks good. That's expected. Let's see what Gemini says. Well, Angular is the best stabilized on scalable, feature-based release, standalone. So inside of core. Yeah, that's what I remember. Features, shared, assets, environments. Okay, that does make sense. Features, but I don't like features products. The most effective feature domain rather than file type. Yeah, but I don't like. Okay. I don't know. We'll have to decide. Okay. Let's see where it settles on this. Now I need to add the router module to the navigation for the router link. That's fine. You can get rid of you. Don't want to test for now. Okay. Now I need to add the router module. We're just blindly accepting right now because we're getting to the end of the stream. Let's add some styling to make the content area look great. Okay. Sure. Surprised we need to do this. Material toolbar sticky. Sure. Why not? Let's get the homepage running. And then let me look up OAuth in Angular for Google and Microsoft. Yeah, that is... How do websites... Yeah. Because I think that would be pretty sweet. Because I believe that's just like a OAuth too, but it would be cool to have multiple. Add a Google sign-in button, get profile information, sign out the user. Yeah, super simple. That'll be a fun one. And I've done Azure stuff before. Yep. And then as soon as you do it, I'm just gonna cut you, and we'll cut you off. Because now let's just keep all the things, and let's run our application. Let's see what we get. You. Okay. Breakpoint AI. Hey, not bad. Good job. I don't love the header, if I'm being perfectly honest. But we can work with that. Also the double scroll bar. I see. Yeah. We definitely don't want. Let's go app component HTML. Who is doing this? Main nav, router outlet. Let's just get rid of all of this crap. I'm surprised we have it twice. Why? How do we do this? Yeah, see, again, still not what we want. I don't think we want that in the center of it. Toolbar, this main nav is way too big. Interesting. Okay, well, whatever. We're getting close. The side nav's not bad. Side nav, and then the side nav container is the one that's killing us because it's taking up the whole width. Yep. Okay. Well, we're getting there. So that's gonna be it for today. We've covered some chat mode stuff at the beginning. We just have our application started, where we have a Angular web app inside of our Aspire application that can communicate with our API. So we're getting there, and we'll continue down this road next time and start to build out some of the application. As always, happy coding.